Hey, my lovely people, welcome back to Faith Life Music. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here for a while, make sure you like, share, and especially subscribe to us because we are here every week, every Friday with a new episode for you where we give you biblical perspective on real life matters. Guess what? Your story matters. Your voice matters. So don't ever silence your voice. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your personal testimony. That moment when God saves you and He's changing you and you're being transformed, at the right place and at the right time and with the right people. I believe it is so important that we share our testimony. Our testimonies basically tell of what God has done. It really means you are telling who you were before Christ and who you have now become because of Christ. For example, for me, if I have to describe what has happened to me, I would say, God, you have restored me from a life of brokenness, where I saw 2 childhood divorces, where I had shame and guilt of an abortion, where I struggled with same-sex attraction, and God redeeming me from all, healing me from all, to then calling me to be His daughter and to say, now share the good news with all and everyone. But it also shows that He is able to take our broken pieces, and He only is the one that can use brokenness and make it into a whole mosaic, beautiful masterpiece. And so it is important that you share your story at the right place, at the right time, with the right person. I believe it's very essential. Your struggles, your disappointments, the things that you have overcome, they actually tell a story. And when people see why you have joy, why you have peace, why are you able to stand, tell them about what He has done. Point them to Christ. Even Psalm 66:16, it tells us the importance of telling our story. Here is what it reads. It says, "Come and hear, all you who fear God, and I will tell what He has done for my soul." You see, this is a perfect reminder. But then even in the New Testament, there's a story in Mark 5 where Jesus is healing a man who is possessed by multiple demons, like a legion. And this is what it says. They're at the shore of Galilee. And this man, he lived among the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain, for he had often been bound with shackles and chains. But he wrenched the chains apart and he broke the shackles in pieces. No one had the strength to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and on the mountains, he was always crying out and cutting himself with stones. Now, this is him before Jesus stepped in. Now, Jesus miraculously healed him. Like, these demons were no longer in him. Everybody around was like, what is this? What is happening? But let me tell you what happened. This man actually wanted to follow Jesus. Jesus was leaving to go into a boat. And here is what he says in verses 18 and 19. He was getting into the boat. The man who had been, you hear that, had been possessed no longer with demons, begged him that he might be with him. But Jesus did not permit him, but said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how He has had mercy on you." Again, this is Jesus, God, saying, tell others, no, I'm not taking you with me. You have work to do in your town, in your city. Tell them about the good news of me. Once again, your story matters. But also, we have these different things in our life that are messes, and then God makes it into a beautiful masterpiece. You see, God will convict us to deliver us, and the enemy will condemn us to destroy us. We need to know the difference. We need to know the right voice so that we can make the right choices. So own your story. Rejoice in what God has done. Tell someone today. We even see that we have overcome evil by the blood of the Lamb and by the power of our testimony. That's Revelation 12:11. Another reminder. And so when you're wondering or thinking about how do I share my testimony? Start with who you are. It could be at work. Somebody sees how you have such peace when there's chaos. It could be at school, a friend that sees you still having self-control over your mouth when you see someone say something. It could be in your marriage. Maybe you're married to someone who's not a believer yet, and by your conduct and your character, You're drawing them into Christ because of Christ working in you. You are not to be silenced. The enemy will try to use shame and guilt and condemnation to keep you from telling your story. I remember where I was in that place, shame and guilt, but no longer condemnation, because we're set free in Christ. And I think also your struggles, somebody else in the world is having the same things. Somebody will be able to relate, and maybe they haven't yet crossed that bridge of saying, Jesus, I want you to take everything of me and make me new. But maybe you have done that, and you could actually say to that person, you know what? I've been where you've been. I remember it because I lived like that. But now in Christ, I have the truth, the way, life, and everything is made new. So your story, own it, rejoice in it. Tell someone this week. Tell me in the comments. Let us dialogue. Tell me about who you are as I'm telling you about me. You know, we're not perfect, but we have a perfect God who's working in us to make us completely new. Thank you again for being here with us in our Faith Life Music community. Come back again next week, same place, same time. See ya.